Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Jamil Sarraj, and I am privileged and honored and very happy to introduce our speaker tonight, Ms. Lina القلق. I've known Lina for quite some time, and she's going to share her story with you, but the only thing I want to share with you is the fact that this woman has been working so hard to make her life and the lives of people around her much better. She is simply hoping for a better world, free of fear, free of anxiety. So help me in welcoming Lina القلق.
Why is my heart so light? Why are the stars so bright? Why is the sky so blue? Since the hours I met you, flowers are smiling bright, smiling for our delight. Smiling so tenderly for the world, you and me. That was the first record I heard when I was a little girl. But when I heard it over and over, I didn't know that I would be singing this song in front of you today. My journey to finding my voice. I'm standing here in front of you with fears that I have experienced throughout my life. They subsided, but they still existed and persisted. I used to watch performers all the time, on the TV, in real person, and I would feel I am in their place and feel their fears. So I told myself, till when are you going to feel their fears? Maybe they're not fearing it, but I said I might as well go and stand in their place. And eventually, this is what happened. Let me tell you my story. Flashback. In my early marriage, I wanted to do something interesting. So I decided to take bridge classes, inspired by my mom, who was a very good bridge player. So I started going to classes with some ladies, and every time I would hold the cards, I would notice my hands trembling a little. I go home, reflect on what has happened, put myself again together, go to another class and another class. But every time, that trembling became stronger and stronger, and I became so conscious of myself, I didn't know what was going on with me. So I went up to my ex-husband and told him, I feel so afraid to go and embarrass myself. I am shaky, I am trembling, I'm afraid to go. He would tell me, go ahead, there's nothing wrong with you. So I went on, and one day I decided I couldn't take it anymore. The trembling was from top to toe in every single inch in my body. I would speak and I would spit. I became so embarrassed, decided to stay home and save myself this embarrassment and this fear of exposing myself in this condition. Flashback. One day, I wanted to go to the bank to sign a document. I felt fear. How can I go to the bank and sign with my shaky hands? Difficulty in breathing. Again, I called up my ex-husband. Please, come with me. I'm afraid to go to the bank. I'm afraid to sign in front of them and they would think I am doing something wrong. I can't come with you. I'm sorry, I'm busy. Go ahead and do it. I went with my fear, with my courage. I had no choice. And went to the bank. Tried my best to hold the pen in my hand so that they will not see this shaky hand and think I'm doing something wrong. It passed. Still, fear existed and persisted. Flashback. Traveling through airports. Standing in the queue, waiting for my turn to reach the passport control was a nightmare. What a nightmare. Nobody is noticing, but I feel I'm the odd one out. I am shaky, difficulty in breathing, not knowing what to do. I want to just disappear. Until my turn came, and I'm praying that the passport control guy will not notice me, that I am shaky and would suspect I'm doing something wrong. So I lived throughout a whole year. Lena witnessed herself in multiple situations in fear. One whole year, almost everything you can think of, I witnessed Lena in fear. Holding a cup of coffee. How would I go and visit my friend and let her see my trembling hand holding the coffee cup? One day, I decided I want to have a baby. And I went to the gynecologist. He said, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "I can't breathe." He took my heart rate. It was like 100 and something, I forgot. He said, "It's like you have been going around a full football court for like 10 times before you have arrived here." Asked me to do a thyroid test, and guess what? It so happened that I had a hyperthyroid gland that was causing me to feel those symptoms. So he put me on medication for the thyroid. And for 3 years, I was on and off medications, but guess what he told me? As long as you are not happy, no matter how many medications I give you, your thyroid will always recur. Until I went to Germany and had 2/3 of my thyroid gland removed. So after the operation, I said, here we go, Lena. No more pain, no more fear. It's the end of the game. We go back home, fresh and new, and start a fearless life. So I arrived to Amman. And unfortunately, the fear still existed and persisted. Flashback. I had a nice friend who lived right across from my house. Her name was Maris. Is Maris. I was thinking, shall I tell her? Shall I not? Maybe she's a foreigner. She would understand me. Shall I? Shall I not? I put myself together. I went with my courage and I said, Maris, I want to tell you what's going on with me. Maybe you can understand. I feel shaky hands. I feel racing heart, difficulty in breathing. I don't know what's going on with me. Maris, please help me. Maris said, Lena, I have something very similar to what you have. Don't worry. I will give you some nice material so you will learn about your condition and what's going on with you. She gave me nice articles about people in the United States. 1 out of every 4 had a kind of anxiety. Today, 40 million people in the United States suffer from this condition above the age of 18, which is 18% of the whole population. And a beautiful small tape. So I took the tape to my room. In fear but excitement, went down on my knees, put the tape inside the tape recorder and started listening. Oh my God! People like me, men, women, they have the same symptoms. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one in the world. There are other people on the other side of the planet who feel what I feel. What a relief. I heard the stories of those people and how their panic attacks started and developed, and that there was a kind of healing from Change Center in California, which I visited many years later. The first sign appeared in my life. There is hope. There is remedy. There are people who are already on the path of healing from this condition. One day, I decided to go and see a psychiatrist. A psychiatrist in my country is shameful, is considered for the insane people. Nevertheless, I put myself together and I drove to Shmisani. Parked my car in a place so no one would see me. Walked, looking right and left, hoping that I'm not seen, until I arrived at his clinic. He told me, Lina, close your eyes and walk in front of me with your hands, arms straight. So I started walking, walking, walking. I didn't notice that I was going sideways. Among other tests he did, he said, Lina, you have a severe imbalance in your central nervous system. All in secret. High dose of antidepressants so I can handle my life, handle myself with my 2 children at the time, with no one to understand me except my sweet neighbor, Maris. I would read a book for Carol, my daughter, one evening, and the second evening, I look at the book and I don't remember if I have read it the night before. This is how severe the dose of antidepressants were. That was an ongoing journey, going from one psychiatrist to another, in Jordan and abroad, trying to find the best remedy, the best help. Guess what? I felt better under the medication effect. However, I felt I was not fully in touch with life, that there was a block. Slowly and surely, I reached half a tablet that I wouldn't leave home without it in my handbag. It was my support. It was my breath. My next step was to go to Munira, who was my counselor at the time, on and off. I said, Munira, I want you to help me. I'm tired with my fears. I have been trying so many things, and now I'm only taking half a tablet. She said, Lina, I am sorry. I cannot help you. I said, Munira, please, it's only half a tablet. Look, it's only half a tablet. It's nothing. I am sorry, Lina. I cannot help you. I left Munira that day, depressed, guilty, not knowing what to do with my life. I couldn't consider the idea that I would leave that half tablet. I went to bed. I couldn't sleep. It was one of these nights. I cried and cried until the morning. I hugged myself. I said, Lina, Habibti, I promise you, I'm gonna make you a happy person, no matter what. And as soon as I make you a happy person, I'm gonna make as many people happy, overcome their anxieties, because I know the pain. I know the taste of this pain. That was the day when I became free of medication until today. I wanted to go and play piano for the kindergarten children. So, the first day to go and play for the children on the piano. Oh my God. How am I gonna play with my shaky hands? I called my sister, Randa, please, come with me to the KG. I can't go alone. I want you to be standing next to me. I'm afraid. Of course, she didn't know what I was afraid of, because nobody knew at the time what was going on. So she came with me to the school, and my first day with the children was like this. Shaky hands, but holding my breath, holding myself, so nobody would see me. Neither the teachers nor the little children. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is what a dream. This went on for 4 years. Slowly and surely, I became used to playing the piano for the children, so I became more or less comfortable. But the end of year, oh my God, I would think about it, how I'm going to play at the end of the year in front of the parents, at the end of year party, where all the children are rejoicing and singing, and Lena has to play the piano with her shaky hands and fast rate. So, I would still sit on the piano, play, but nobody knew what was going on inside me. The effort I put to hold myself from shakiness. I felt better after the party, a relief, but still fear existed and persisted. Elia, my dad, came to me one day and said, Lena, I want you to leave this music job and come and work with us in the family business. My dad is a very well-established industrialist in the Middle East who made it from scratch and specialized in the hygienic paper tissues. I said, Dad, I like my job as a music teacher. I love the children. Lena, you will learn so much. Please, listen to me. It's gonna give you a beautiful experience to grow, expand, etc. So I listened to my dad. I was the good girl, and I listened to my dad. New experience. Sitting outside my dad's office. Nightmare. The first few days, nightmare. I would Lena, please call so and so for me. I hope that the other person will not feel my trembling voice. I hope the other person will not hear my fast heart high beats. I managed. Fear subsided, but still persisted and existed. I learned a lot. I gained a beautiful experience, and I became a public relations manager to this company. 9 years later, I decided I don't want to work there anymore. I belong somewhere else. I don't know what it is, but there's a gut feeling inside me that tells me, Lina, you have a dream of some kind. Go find it. So, I quit. I stayed home. My dad came, furious, angry. Lina, what are you doing? It's my dream that you stay and work with us in the family business. Do you know what you will lose when you lose this experience? You know how much money you will save us? Being our daughter? I said, Dad, I'm sorry. Your dream is not my dream. He left, disappointed. I felt guilty, but something in my heart told me to look for it. And guess how it started? It was the time of CDs. CDs were new in the market all over the world. No internet, no YouTube, nothing. This Is My Song was on my list. I went all over the world, wherever I traveled, buying my old favorite songs that I treasure until today. And then what? I took a course, Art of Living course, which is now called Happiness. And at the end of the course, the last day, the teacher asked each of us to perform something. One lady performed a song. I loved her voice. Shall I ask her? Shall I not? Shall I go up to her? Shall I not? Mona, I said, are you taking voice lessons? Yes, Lina, I am taking voice lessons. Please, can you give me the name and number of your teacher? Yes, she gave it to me. For 6 months, the number is in my handbag. Shall I? Shall I not? Shall I? Shall I not? One day, I put myself together, decided with all my courage to call this gentleman to come and give me voice lessons. And this is what happened. I started singing, enjoying my voice lessons. Few months later, my meditation teacher asked me, Lina, we have the spiritual leader coming from India. We would like you to sing a welcoming song. I was torn. Shall I or shall I not? I would love it. I'm afraid. So I told my teacher, please make me ready to sing زوروني كل سنة مرة حرام تنسوني بالمرة مرة. That was the song I sang on that day. With my red folkloric dress, I took my speaker with me, I took my phone with me, and walked to the party with the fear. I performed. They loved it, but they didn't know the fear that was living inside me. Lena, the teacher, we would like this song to be recorded on a CD so that we will have it as a background music for the visit of this leader to Jordan on the video. I said, sure. And I went to a studio, recorded my voice on a CD, and went home. I played the CD in my CD player and started listening to my voice in every corner in the house. My voice was echoing everywhere. I felt so special. I felt love to myself, to the world. I felt a feeling that I can never understand, an overwhelming joy mixed with tears, mixed with all kinds of emotions. And I told my teacher, I'm gonna continue and produce a full album of the Arab folk songs. And my dream came true. So I would go to the studio with my trembling voice, with the previous night, in fear, of course, and the musicians and my teacher would tell me, Lena, keep repeating until the least trembling voice take they could take, because there was fear in my voice. Even if you listen to the CD now, you would feel my trembling voice. But the best take they took. I had a beautiful album, proud of myself after a lot of work from A to Z. Oh my God! What am I gonna tell my parents? I didn't think of that. Their daughter is a singer. Oh my God! In my country, a singer is not regarded as a very respectful career. What do? God, give me a sign. The sign came. I was going out of my shower one day, and the radio was saying there is an ad to donate for the King Hussein Cancer Foundation. I said, that's it, Lena. We're going to donate the proceeds of this album to the King Hussein Cancer Foundation. And this is what happened. That CD, Turaf, replaced the pill in my handbag. I wouldn't leave, believe me, I wouldn't leave home without it. I joined a holistic healing course, a 4-year holistic healing course with Munira, my counselor. Now, Lena is free of medications. And on my graduation date, as a holistic counselor, we were supposed to present thesis, the journey of our life, basically. I brought some tools in my cases that I like to share with you. Taking responsibility is about taking responsibility for everything that has happened to me in my life, in my past, in my present, and in my future. Taking responsibility is about me standing in front of you today, using my story to inspire others. This is responsibility. Another one, standing for my rights. As an Arab woman, fighting for my rights to be equal with men. Whether I succeeded or not, my mission continues. Standing for my right is the day I decided to divorce because I was not happy in my marriage. Against all odds, I managed with difficulty, with my fears, with my little children, but I got it in the end. Expressing my creative gift is my favorite. One day, I was attending a small concert, and I met the Austrian ambassador. I told her I sing. I gave her my card. How nice, Lena! I would love to have you in my house and other local artists to come and sing and do fundraising activities. Oh my God. I panicked. Singing in her house in front of people, oh my God. I was in terrible fear. Of course, I held it very well, she wouldn't notice. I went home. Scared to death, told my teacher the second day, "Teacher, I'm very afraid. Please help me." "Lena, why are you afraid?" "I'm afraid because if Mrs. Astrid asked me to sing in her house, I can't, I'm too afraid." He said, "Lena, of course you have to be afraid. You are not ready. Once you are ready, you will do it." And this is what happened. I asked my musician, "Please help me form a small band." And we formed a small band, which I called Liberty. And today, we are a bigger band. Thank God. So we were doing small activities in my house, in the garden, until I gained some courage to sing in front of people and perform with the least anxiety possible. Still, fear persisted and existed. Have you found your gift? Have you found your passion? Have you started expressing it? If you haven't, it's never too late. No smooth journey, I promise. You will go through ups and downs, but it's a worthwhile journey. Gifts are blessings. to be expressed and shared with others for the benefit of the general good. The time has come for Lena to produce another album. This time, liberty, freedom, حرية. I wanted to sing cover songs like This Is My Song, those old favorites, because I love them. I wanted to sing them, even in Arabic lyrics, which needed adaptation rights, publisher rights, etc. I had to go through a difficult path to earn rights, pay a lot of money, la 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 la. I said, Lena, why don't you have your own songs instead of this difficult path? Why don't you compose? Lena, why don't you compose? You've been playing piano all your life. You've been listening to international music all your life, classical music. You've been dancing ballet. What else do you need to compose? So, I was sitting in my bedroom one day, looking at the lyrics of a song I wrote. I looked. بأشواقي بنطر تعا خلي هالقلب يفرح غير لي انت حياتي وبكرة سوا نسرح. The music came through me. I couldn't believe I was able to compose for the first time in my life. Right came rushing through me, and I recorded it on the mobile. It was my pride. My dream came true after asking the right question. I had this album in my hand with my own lyrics, my own songs, and decided to appear in a formal concert for the first time in front of 400 people. I felt a lot of fear, but I had no choice to go back. The invitations were sent out. Lena had to practice. Transcending the Stars was the title of my concert. Under the stars, under the moon, with my beautiful band Liberty and wonderful friends, relatives, and new people in my life. The days before the concert, the doubt came knocking on my door, telling me, Lena, a concert means a trembling voice. A concert means fingers shaky on the piano. A concert means while I'm dancing, I'm gonna panic and spoil the dance in front of the people. A concert became the courage to share my story on that day along my songs with the crowd. I truly dropped my mask of power and appeared with my vulnerability in front of the crowd. Are you aware of the masks that we use in our life? The 3 masks we wear as the mask of power is when I show you I'm a very powerful person, but in reality I'm very, very weak inside. As a self-defense, and the moment I drop my mask of power, I appear in my real self, and people will understand me better and communicate with me with my real self. The mask of serenity. This mask is when I show myself as a very, very calm and serene person. I'm not angry inside at all, I show you. And when I drop it, I appear to be who I really am. No more projecting my anger on others and telling others, why are you fighting with me? Why are you? I am silent. I didn't say anything. Last but not least, the mask of love. When I show you, I love you so much. I'm ready to be at your service anytime, any moment of the day. I'm not important. When I drop this mask of love and I give the love first to myself, fulfill my needs with care, compassion, and love, then the slightest action you will feel, you will appreciate what I am giving you. One day, a ballerina, young lady, decides to ask a ballet master if she was a very good ballerina, dancer. So she went up to him and said, Master, do you think I stand a chance to become a famous ballerina? He said, dance for me a little. So she danced, and he said, I don't think you stand a chance. She was so disappointed. She was really devastated. Went on with her life, found herself a job, had children, worked as a registered cashier. One day she decides to go and attend a ballet concert. Guess who she saw? She saw the same ballet master. So she went up to him and said, do you remember me? Do you remember me? He said, of course I remember you. I have a question. Can you tell me why I didn't stand a chance to become a famous ballerina? This is what I tell them all, he said. But this is not fair. You damaged my life shattered my dream. How dare you do this to me? He said, if you believed enough in yourself, you would not have paid attention to what I said. Lena is not that ballerina. I believed in myself, followed my passion, and the more I believe in myself, the more people appreciate me and appreciate my music better. We are all reflections of each other. تحت كل خوف كنز ينتظر الخروج إلى العالم. Under every fear is a treasure waiting to blossom. Can fear be transformed into inner peace? Can inner peace be reflected into a universal peace? We pray for a world full of love, full of peace, where man seeks forgiveness and all wars would cease. Together we hope that our faith may increase. A world full of hope, full of love, full of peace. Let's sing together. Salamun, 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 salam. Salamun, 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 salam. Salamun, 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 salam. Salamun, 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 salam. Despite the fear that still exists and persists, my message to you: find your passion, find your gift, find your purpose, find your voice.
Very nice.
Okay. Thank you so much. Beautiful talk,
Yes.
beautiful audience. I saw how affected and responsive you have been. Now you understand what goes on inside this person's mind and heart, and
Yeah.
it's fear, it's anxiety.
But we never saw it.
Yeah, you never saw it.
I never.
Now the masks fell. Yeah.
It's okay, I'm fine.
Are you?
I'm very fine.
We're dividing the next portion into three small parts. The first is Q&A. So you have like 10 minutes to ask Lena any questions. She's more than willing to answer.
I love you. It was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye,
Noah. And then, for the benefit of Lena, I'm going to facilitate a very short but very precise and concise evaluation of her talk. It's going to be very structured, and this won't take much time. And after that, there's something behind this door. So.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
The treat, the treat.
Okay, so we start with the
Lena's
Q&A. Okay. Please.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, يعني هلا after everything that happened, do you feel that this fear is normal? Because everyone has a bit of this fear. That it's something normal and you just learn to live with it, ولا it's like dysfunctional and you, يعني is it only Lena that has anxiety, or I mean, even if I wanted to perform, I'm going to have this anxiety. Even if I'm going to have a talk, I'm going to have this anxiety. So for me, it's a bit normal. This is how I always see it. Is it normal for you, or?
Okay. I know what you mean. Okay. Okay. There are fears and there are fears. Fears are very important for us in our life as human beings and animals to protect ourselves from danger, as we all know. So we have the option of fight or flight. But the anxiety people as such, after I went into a research, is that their calculation of fear is basically messed up. So a little act of danger, like a door banging, the anxious person would feel like there's a giant lion in front of me. Imagine, it's the same kind of fear. So that's why they call it is fear of the old fear. So the beginning of the fear is those symptoms, as I shared with you, trembling heart, fast palpitations. These are very healthy adrenaline in the body for us to protect ourselves. However, when it is living with you day on day in, day out, it becomes really, really very hectic. And some people really go on drugs to control, and other people, like me, decide to want the real life. But I tell you, sometimes I look at life and see it as two groups of people. Anxious people, like me, and other people. I hear they take pills before they go on stage, or they take drugs, or I don't know what, because there is the fear of stage. This is a different fear to answer Maryam. It's a different fear. But in my case, personally, my psychologist in the States told me that I have multiple phobias and severe anxiety disease, which meaning I'm not afraid of something, I'm afraid of everything. Like I am afraid today to talk in front of you the same way I would be afraid to tidy my drawer in my office. Worry about the office, the drawer. So this is how the imbalance works. So I learned to deal with it, as you said. I learned to play with it. I look at it. Of course, there's a trick to accept it rather than fight back, because the more you fight, the more the cycle accelerates. And I have a diagram that I can show you if you are interested. I hope I answered your question, Maryam. Thank you.
Throughout your story, you said you started expressing your fear and anxiety after you got married. Going to the bridge game and then the band.
Yes.
This is when you realized you have it, or did you know about it before and then you started becoming aware of it? ولا this is where it started؟ ما كنت تعرفي انت صغيرة انه عندك anxiety و fear، بعدين لما كبرتي وتجوزتي بلشت تبين؟
Yeah, actually, I have been reflecting, you see, because the more I'm sharing my story, the more I have been practicing the notes before you came, is the more my intellect is investigating my past as a child. And I decided to make out of this speech, to focus on the last, few decades. Probably it started before I was born. And I'm going to do a live regression on the 22nd of October in Chicago, in hopes that I will also see if I have brought in with me a trauma, a fear from a past life, because many people do that. They cannot help them in this life. as one option. But I remember when I was at concerts, piano concerts, as you said, I never thought of it, but again, I kept it for myself. I used to be the last girl in the British Council. I would be waiting my turn until it comes. I was the last because I was the best. But waiting till the end is a hectic job. So I would play. And I would notice my hands shaking. But I never ever told anyone. And I don't know why I didn't tell anyone. I remember at school, I was supposed to make a speech for a teacher who was leaving the school. So my dad helped me. I was remembering only the last few 4 days, how much I was afraid to do the speech. So I did have it as part of my genes or childhood, or sometimes when we are inside our mom's wombs, if our mothers are exposed to intense trauma, we can feel it as children. So it's a very diverse matter to trace the fear. So it's a matter of choice. You want to investigate it, you want to understand, or you just want to deal with it and live. In my case, I made a decision to find out why I have it. Why am I here? What am I here to do? What's my purpose? Maybe I've been given this anxiety to help others. So, no pain, no gain.
Thank you.
Somebody was going to ask, yes?
Questions?
Yeah, sorry.
Related to the same point,
Yeah.
through your life and research, you think fear is born with you as something biological in your genes, or you acquire it in your life, or is it an effect of childhood, being raised up in a certain manner?
Okay.
Somebody was very tight on you with deadlines or stressful upbringing that created this issue, or is it something biological that one has to live with?
Okay. It's a very good question, and nobody knows in life what's the ultimate truth to anything. However, I believe I had all the right ingredients to make me this wonderful, anxious person. Every single reason. I really like this. I really like this because it reflected how a girl can overcome her inner struggles and
achieve her goals. And it's just not any normal girl. It's a girl who suffers from anxiety. So what I'm going to say is actually not a question. I'm just going to propose something that I truly believe that you should turn this story, Nina with the shaky hands and a little girl wearing white, into a children's book. I think it would be a hit, and it would be really, really nice to take the kids into the flashbacks. It can be adapted in a very nice way, but I think you should turn it into a children's book.
Okay, I will discuss it with you. Yeah, I'm open to any ideas. As long as, the critical part is that when a child doesn't have anxiety, and you tell them of anxiety, you don't want to remind them that there is something, you know what I mean?
No, it's not a question. Every person has anxiety.
Yes, about the general anxiety. Okay, yes.
To some extent in an extreme way, maybe, but if you just turn it into a nice, pleasant children's storybook, like Lena with the shaky hands, this is what she did to overcome her fears, this is what she did
How sweet.
to be...
Yeah, it's a sweet story.
And the way you expressed it was really magnificent, and with the story, with the piano
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
Wafa.
Questions, Ala?
Rima?
I
Okay,
You
Rima.
touched on it a little bit, but I want to see like the progression of acceptance. I mean, how much you fought, like why do I have this disease or why, and like when you relieved, when you reached the stage of accepting what you have, you know,
Yeah.
was that your freedom or?
The more you accept the wounds and the scars and the fears, because you cannot fight them, really. It's about dancing with the fear. I have a beautiful book from Change Center about dancing with fear. So I remember myself at times, I mean, when I was going to parties at night alone and I want to stand at the door and feel fear to go and face people at a party. I remember the name of the book, Lina Dance with Fear. So it's like I take my companion with me and we dance together because it seems that we are inseparable until we dissolve into each other, you know. And the more I practice courageous things, is the more I tell my subconscious, Lina, you see, you witnessed yourself in front of 20, 30 people. You see, you can do it. Stop doubting yourself, for God's sake. But the problem, really, with this anxiety is that it plays tricks on you and makes you like delete all the progress you have made. This is the trick. You have to be so persistent to ignore it from, you know, stopping you. I would cry before the 400 people concert. I would cry every single day, believe me. I would cry. But I said, Lina, you have no choice. I'm going to take you there. There is no point of return. And this is my point. This is my first time I do a public speaking course, event, and the sky is the limit.
And you're doing a fabulous job.
Thank you, Rima. Thank you,
afraid
Habibti.
now?
Thank you so much.
Are you afraid now? I mean, before this, were you afraid?
Yes, I was afraid. I was afraid. I cannot deny my fear. I cannot deny it. But the more I dissolve into what I am sharing, is the more the fear can't find its way to me, because I am connected with my feelings, with my being, with my emotion, with the crown. The mission is more important than the handicap fear. It's a handicap, believe me. To many others, they call it's a handicap. It can really imprison people in their homes. I read stories about Arab women in an article, even since 1980, there are Arab women whose parents and families are ashamed of them because they tremble, they shake, they do funny things in front of visitors. They leave them in the bedrooms closed, not expose them because they are ashamed. And they say in the article, some of them die and no help. So we are here really to help these people, to make a difference, to bring hope. Yes, Habibti, please.
Yes, which reminds me of one question. You didn't mention that you told your parents about it.
Yes.
And you didn't mention any discussion or any reaction from the family, from your,
Okay.
especially your parents.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good question. Thank you. As a matter of fact, everyone in the family ignored it in a different way. My mom, as an example, she was telling Jamil the other day, my mom, I suffered the same as Lina, but I'm a strong woman, I could bear it. I think my mom has a kind of anxiety, but she doesn't have my anxiety. I never saw my mom in a panic attack. I never saw my mom in a trembling body or she has asthma, which is a stressful reaction to stress. My dad, one day, I remember telling him that I am ashamed and shy to go in front of people with my trembling hands. He said, let them see you. Let them know you have shaky hands. That was my dad's, but he didn't understand. I brought him the articles that Maris gave me because, I considered my dad very intellectual and this and that, but they wouldn't understand it. It was long time ago. You're talking 1980. When you are in pain, emotional pain, what do you need in that moment? What? What do you need?
Compassion.
Support, compassion, a loving hand, a kiss from your lover. What do you need? Your husband giving you a hug. What do we need in life? We are all one. We are all one. We should all hug each other now.
Ala, you had a question?
We need to hug you.
Okay.
Okay, Ala, you have a question? Okay.
Okay, sure.
So Lina, this is the last question, and then we move to the feedback from the audience on the call.
Okay, yeah.
I believe we all have fear, but a few of us have the courage to sing them off. Sing them off.
Sing them off.
You did. My question is, where can we get your albums?
Actually, I have 2 albums so far. One is Turaf, my baby, and the second, Hurriye. And I'll give you one on your way out. My pleasure.
Thank you. Okay, so can we move to the feedback, which is very important for us?
You really pushed yourself. What is it that gives you this motivation to keep pushing yourself?
Okay.
To overcome all this?
Very good question. I love it, Mariam. In my search to finding a solution, I had to study. I had to learn. I had to go to school. I read many books that really were my guide on my path to finding my healing. And one of my favorite books, How to Be Your Own Life Coach. I have it, it's in my library. If you have read it, I don't know any one of you, but there is a part in the book that you sign an agreement with the author. Although she's not with you, but she's there with her energy. I signed that no matter what, I will pursue my dream. I will pursue my passion. Of course, she did not regard fear, but we always find reasons why to stop. I always used to stop. Take French course and quit. Do this and quit. Take dancing and quit. We need to learn our lessons that we have to continue, for God's sake. العمر هيك بمرق. And also another course that I took in California, Sulphur Springs, where we really, shared, all of us on the last day, our dream and made a vow in front of a huge number of people after sharing with them one whole week of retreats and, special times, spiritual time. It's like there is something now, like, recorded in my system. I cannot give up my mission. And guess what? Guess what? I'm a daughter of a very, very hard-working, persistent man who made a difference in the lives of all my family.
I have his energy. I have it. I tell you, I have it. Believe